New Year, fivelings. Happy New Year. Turn to your neighbor and say Happy New Year. Let them know this is your breakthrough year. And because I know this is your breakthrough year, I want to start by talking about goal mapping and vision planning. That's all I've been talking about since January. See, 2015 is here. Every successful person in the world right now already knows how this year is going to flow. The million-dollar question, fivelings, is do you know how your year is going to unfold? You see, at the beginning of this year, Bill Gates did not get up and say, oh, well, whatever will be, will be. I know that that's what the average people always say. But I want you to know that whatever will never be unless you get up and take action. Somebody say action. 2015 is here. Craig Jerebeck, Jeb Tyler, and Jason Gogg did not say, oh, well, here we are. Let's just see what we're going to do with this fivelings thing. How many of you think that they have strategically thought about where this company is going in 2015 and beyond? And so my $2 million question to you is, where is your life going in 2015 and beyond? And as you sit here in this convention, I want you to understand that you and I are not here by accident. I never go anywhere by accident. If I was asked to speak today, it was because you and I had rendezvoused a long time ago, even before we were born, to meet here today. And I think it's pretty significant because we agreed to meet at the beginning of a year. 5 is the number of grace. That's why I'm still in this company. And in 2015, you and I get to meet. My only job here today is to help you remember why you and I agreed to meet here even before we were born. Because in here, I see lions. I see lions that are dressed in gazelle clothing. In here, I see people who are hungry. I see people who want more. I see folks who have left everything behind to get here. I know, that if you're listening to me today, it is probably because you're looking for better options in your life. How many of you would agree? The only reason why you put everything on hold and came out here this weekend is because through fivelings, you know deep down in the recesses of your souls that this is your ticket to financial freedom. And so in the next 30 minutes, my job is to help open up the eyes of your understanding. I have a gift for that. I want you to remember who you are. But most importantly, I want you to remember whose you are. Because every last one of you in here is fearfully and wonderfully made. Every last one of you in here is a victor or not a victim. Every last one of you in here is a lion. And in 2015, we are going to hear you roar. It's not because I'm special that I'm speaking to you today. It's not because any of the other platinums are special that you've heard from them all day today. It's not because any one of us is special. Every last one of us was created in his image. And if you understand the power of what I just said, you understand that you could be, do, and have anything that you want. And the only person that has stopped you until today is you. And so for 2015 and beyond, I want you to start off by writing out your goals. I want you to have clearly defined income goals for yourself. How much money do you want to make? It's not enough to say, I'm in fivelings. Why are you here? How much money do you want to make this year? What kind of lifestyle do you want to create for you and your families? What size organization do you want to build for yourself? But most importantly, How do you want your generations to remember you? When we talk about goal mapping and vision planning, you don't understand the power of having a vision board. And I know that many of you have heard about it's important to have a vision board. But what I want to do for you today, clearly, is to let you know why you've been playing small. When you and I came in, we came in with an incredible gift called our brain. There's power right inside of you. If you can tap into that power, you will do incredible things. Nobody can change your life for you. You know why? Because nobody can think your thoughts for you. And thoughts are things. Your whole world is ordered around you because of the thoughts that you're thinking. Nothing happens in the physical unless it happens in the spirit realm. So you say, why should I have a vision board, King? Because see, even though we have this wonderful potential within us, that part of your brain that is responsible for manifestation does not understand language. And so you could say all you want, day in, day out. I'm going to be a platinum SVP. I'm going to be a $1 million earner. I'm going to be on the advisory board. You could say that all day, every day for the rest of this year, and you will never be. Because the part of your brain that brings you the things that you want, the part of your brain that is like the screen that you see back here, does not understand language. All that it understands is images. That is why the images you hold in your head, in your mind's eye, every day, translate into your life. So if you're still stuck at SVP or at ND or at ED, it's nobody's fault but yours. The reason why you're stuck there is because that's the only image that is stuck in your brain. And because it's there day in, day out, you get more of that. Because what a man thinketh, he becomes. If you understood the power of what I just said, this year would be that transformational year for you and your families. Because you will think a thing and it will come to pass. You're not going to look at all the things that be not right now. You're going to learn how to project the image of what you want so that you can call forth those things that be not as if they are. Vision board. Somebody say vision board. Somebody say vision board. That's what's driving your life. I hang around you for a day and I'll know where your thoughts are. You're thinking about lack. You're thinking about poverty. You're talking about poor health. You're talking about fair relationships. You're talking about what the other people are doing, what they should be doing, not doing. And that's what's showing up. You have to start thinking about the things you want. You have to start speaking whatsoever is good. You have to start speaking whateversoever is encouraging so that you may prosper. That's why you need that vision board. And so I have a couple of vision boards. The first one I have every single year is for my personal life. And up on the screen, you're looking at my vision board. So I want to encourage all of you to have a personal vision board. And if you look at my board, you see that I'm thinking big. I want to have $10 million chilling in my account doing nothing. And don't hate, because I ain't stopping you from asking for $20 million. Because if you hate, here's what happens to haters. They get benched. Vision board. Somebody say vision board. How about your business? Where do you want your business to go? I've had the same vision board for the last 3 years. I'm checking up some stuff in there. But last year, I added best-selling author to my vision board. See, I'm not doing 5 links just because I want to become a platinum or a diamond SVP. I want to speak to the world. I want to write the messages that I'm getting so that families and generations can be transformed. So I want to be the CEO of me. How many of you want to be the CEO of you? You see, when you start thinking about, I want to become a CEO, not just a diamond SVP. When you start thinking about, I want to have $10 million in my account just chilling. I want to live in a mansion. I want to have a private jet. I want to have anything that I want in life. You start treating your business correctly. The reason why I eat, sleep, breathe, shit 5 lanes is because through 5 lanes, I am going to get what I want. When you see all the people up here, the reason why they're sitting here is because they're dreaming as bigly as I am, as boldly as I am. In 2015, I give you permission to go boldly in the direction of your future. And so when I put down best-selling author, I had no clue that 7 months into it, I would have written a book, which is the title of my presentation, called Breakthrough: How to Build Your Business, $1 Million Business from the Luxury of Your Homes. And when the book aired, when it was released in August, it was the #1 bestseller on Amazon in 2 categories. But it started right here. Every one of you is at the right place at the right time. If you can dream boldly, I promise you, there is nothing too impossible for God to do. And you cannot say, I'm created in the image of God, yet you're thinking about how do I pay my bills. You cannot say, I'm created in the image of God, but you're thinking about how do I get a flight to come to Tampa. You can't say, I'm created in the image of God so I can do and have anything I want, yet your car broke down and you ain't got $500 to repair it. If that's you, we need to fix that. Somebody say vision board. You want to have that. And then you want to have your personal development board. You see, it's cool to say, I want to live in the castle. I want to have the Phantom Rolls Royce. I want to have $10 million. I want to hit diamond. I want to shop on Rodeo Drive. It's cool to say I want to be a CEO and all of those things. But I promise you, whatever is in your mind right now is a direct reflection on your bank account. Whatever your bank account is doing right now, that's how much you have expanded your mind. And so for 2015 and every single year, you got to have a personal development vision board. And then, of course, you can go ahead and have your health vision boards, your spiritual boards. I have 8 different vision boards. I shared 3 with you because it applies to this environment. Somebody say vision board. You didn't sound like you understood what I just said. Somebody said vision board. The only thing that's keeping you from SVP and platinum and double platinum and diamond is what's on your vision board. And I promise you, you will always go in the direction of your thoughts. And if you think you cannot be a platinum, you're never going to be a platinum, regardless of what we do in here. Even if I brought the Holy Spirit in here to crack open your heads and put the stuff in there, if you do not see yourself as a platinum SVP, you will never become one. And how do I know this? Because overwhelmingly, a majority of people on earth are playing too small. How do I know they're playing too small? Because so many of us are statistics. 87% of people do not like their jobs, yet you go there every single day and give them your life for a miserable check. 50% of people are overworked and underpaid. I ain't got to go outside here to find them. You're in here. 70% of workers know, many of you in here know that your job is the #1 cause of stress in your life. 41% of people in here are living paycheck to paycheck. 50% of employees are overworked and underpaid. What is wrong with this picture? What is wrong with this picture? I believe that that's why you and I came here today. You and I rendezvoused here today because the life that you bargained for before we physically came to earth is not your lifestyle today. That's why we came. We came here today so that we can equip, encourage, and empower you to remember what you said you were going to do on this side of eternity. I can't seem to believe that all of you in here know, like you know, that you're created in that image. If you're truly created in the image of God, there can be no obstacle in your path. Everything that you think is an obstacle, fivelings, is a stepping stone to bigger and better things. Every setback that you've ever experienced is a setup for a major comeback. If you understand that, your whole life will never, ever be the same again. And so when I came into fivelings, I understood that. Why is it that I qualify to speak to you today? Because I follow my passion. I follow my passion. And many people are going to say, Kim, but how do I know what my passion is? That's why you and I are here. If you look through the story of your life, what is the undercurrent story in your life? What is there? What are those thoughts that you think about in the middle of the night when nobody sees you? What are those things that you cry about on your pillow every single night? If I suddenly gave all of you in here $100,000 this year and asked you to take off from your jobs, what would you rather be doing? What would you rather be doing? I'll take you too, boo. But you're going to have to go through Sunny first. If money was not an issue, fivelings, what would you guys rather be doing? You got to find your passion. You cannot do fivelings without passion. You have to be passionate about this deal. Because out of passion will come your success. I want you guys to think about this. If you're not living out your passion, you're killing yourself. But here's the mistake. Many people think that because I'm passionate about something, everything is supposed to flow smoothly. I'm supposed to have a free ride in a fancy car. But that's not it. I want you guys to think about this for a moment. It is called the passion of Christ. That was his passion. For that purpose, he came. That's why he could endure everything that he endured, so that through his passion, his life may be fulfilled. What is your passion? When you talk about passion, it does not mean you're going to be on high every day. You're not going to wake up high as a kite every day. Some days I wake up and I sure as hell don't want to do nothing. But this is my passion, because through fivelings, I do what I like to do, which is equip, encourage, and empower people. Through fivelings, I do what I like to do. I speak and atmospheres change. Through fivelings, I do what I love to do. I speak and generational curses are broken. Through fivelings, I do what I like to do. I give you permission to be, do, and have anything that you want in life. Through fivelings, you look at me, this girl from the cornfields of Africa, and you say, hell, if she can do it, I can do it too. Passion. What you're going to take to succeed. You got to tap into your strengths and your weaknesses. The overwhelming mistake that many of you are making is because you think you should work on improving your strengths. As your weaknesses are supposed to staying in your strengths. Do you know what your strengths are? Do you know what your weaknesses are? How are you going to get to platinum if you don't even know? Because you attract who you are. So you got to find out what you bring to the table. If you do not know what you bring to the table in a relationship, in a job, in fivelings, you will always settle for less. And when you know what you bring to the table, you walk into a room as if you own that space. Because you know, like you know what you bring to the table. What do you bring to the table, guys? If what you bring to the table is organizational skills, don't be trying to present because you think it's cool. If what you bring to the table is administrative strength, don't be trying to go out there and arrange stuff because that's not you. What do you bring to the table? If what you bring to the table is your faith, your enthusiasm, don't try doing anybody else because you will always be a bad copy. And the minute you start being a bad copy, you start to get angry. Because your inner self knows the real you. And every time you step out of alignment, there's going to be struggle and contention. And if there's struggle and contention within, you attract people who are struggling and contending with themselves too. Are you guys getting this? What do you bring to the table? In order for you to succeed in this deal, you've heard it all day today. You got to master the product portfolio. You got to be a student of Five Links. Do you understand what our portfolio is? You got to master our comp plan. Do you know how to get yourself from today to Platinum SVP? Do you know how to get yourself from ED to ND? If you don't, that's when your inner circle comes in. Many of you are struggling because you're trying to do it by yourself. I love it when I see people who think they did it by themselves. Wherever you are in the company today, wherever you are in our compensation plan, somebody got you there. Are you guys getting this? And those people are in your uplines. So when you know what you bring to the table and you've mastered your comp plan and the portfolio, then they work with you to get you to where you want to be. Who is in your inner circle, people? Who is in your inner circle? The voices in your head today is controlling the results that you're producing in this company. The voices in your ear is producing the results that is showing up in your life. Whose voice is in your head? And what are they saying to you? Are they speaking life into you? Are they speaking prosperity into you? Are they speaking growth into you? Are they speaking favor upon you? Or are they telling you about all the stuff that you cannot be, do, or have? Whose inner circle are you in? And whose inner circle are you in? You got to think about this question. I ask myself that every single day. That's like saying you have to have a mastermind. If the people in your inner circle do not match your energy, kick them out. That's why you're producing the way you are producing today. You cannot play on a Steve Harvey level running around with some jokers. You cannot produce on a platinum level running around with some broke NDs. You cannot produce on a double platinum level fooling around with some broke SVPs. Whose inner circle are you in? And who is in your inner circle? And if you're feeling a stirring in your soul today, this is the perfect time for you to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I do not like where I am. I know I am created to be so much more. I refuse to keep playing small because I know I can be all that I want to be. But it's going to take persistence. All day today, you have heard stories about people who overcame. The crown will never go to talkers. The crown will always go to overcomers. It means you have to be persistent, Five Links. Somebody say persistent. You're going to have to be so persistent as you build your business. Stuff is going to happen along the way. Stuff is going to happen in your life. Stuff is going to happen in your relationships. Stuff is going to happen in your spirit. Stuff is going to happen with your health. But you have to be persistent. Somebody say persistence. I want to tell you guys something. Persistence is to success what carbon is to steel. You cannot win at anything if you keep on quitting. You cannot win at anything if you keep on quitting. When the going gets tough, that's when the boys are separated from the men. When shit hit the fan, that's when the girls are separated from the women. That one quality alone will show you the stuff that you're made of. What are you made of, Five Links? How many of you got the guts? How many of you got the oomph to go do it? Everybody talks about beast mode until it's time to step up to the plate. There's no reason why there should not be 100 platinums in this company. We have incredible leadership all over this company. We have an incredible product portfolio. We have a dynamic management team. The only thing that's missing is us. When are we going to step up? And I tell you the truth, the stuff that's holding you back in Five Links is not even in Five Links. Because Five Links is easy. All we do is get customers and get business partners. So I know that the stuff that's keeping you from going to the top is the stuff that's going on in your personal lives. It's the thoughts that you're thinking in your head. And every time you think about it, guess what you do? You quit. A new team comes in, they start acting the fool and they quit, and you think it's over for you. When did they say anywhere in the comp plan that you quit when your partners quit? You and I know why we're here. The grass is never greener on the other side, guys. The only reason why it looks green is because they took the time to water their lawns. Persistence. And I'm not just talking about cheap persistence. I'm talking about the kind of persistence that gets you in the gut, the one that makes you cry, but you go on and you say, for this one thing I came. I don't like the fact that this downlines are acting the fool. I don't like the fact that customers tell me it's not working. I don't like the fact that my family is laughing at me. My husband thinks I'm crazy. I don't like the fact that people moved over to another company. I'm going to keep on doing this thing. It's that kind of persistence that you need. So you say, King Pinyin, I want that kind of persistence. How many of you in here want that kind of resilience? How many of you in here want that kind? Persistence is to your success in 5 links what carbon is to steel. You're going to go through some stuff, but when you stand firm so that when the wind is over, you're still standing. And if your business is going south when you want it to go north, surrender, open up your mouth, and speak life into your business. So what are you going to have to do? Consistent. You see, in order for you to become an expert in this deal, you're going to have to put in 10,000 hours. And by the way, everything I'm talking about in here is in my resources back there. There's only 100 of them. They'll be gone after this training. And in my book, Get It. I don't want you to get it because I'm trying to sell you something. Thank God I'm fine. I'm rich. God loves me. Thank God I have a team that's exploding without me. Thank God every time I look in my back office, it's ka-ching. I wrote the book, and I recorded all of that stuff. Almost 20 hours of it to get you to this place. Hello. Are you guys with me? You got to be consistent. So you got to put in 10,000 hours. Whatever you choose to do is up to you. But you can choose to hit the position and be free in 13 months. Or you can do it in 27 years. If you only give your business 1 hour a day, of course you're not going to produce at the level of somebody who's giving it 8 hours a day. And you're not going to produce at the level of someone that's giving it 12 hours a day. But understand that before you get on this stage to train and speak and have mountains move from one spot to the next, before you stand here and speak and get people fired up, 10,000 hours. And I say this to say this. You cannot quit this business. You cannot quit your job. You cannot quit your relationships. You cannot quit your marriage unless you put in 10,000 hours. Because from that place, you make a decision out of strength. You got to be consistent. What books are you going to read this year? I talk about expanding your minds. How are you going to do that? What personal development books are you going to read in 2015? What business books are you going to read? What books about the industry are you going to read? What books about leadership are you going to read? What books about sales and marketing are you going to read? What conferences are you going to go to? When I show up in San Antonio in May, will I see you or will you have quit on yourself? And if you're a lady in here, you need to come to my conference. It's called Ignite Your Life. If you have not been to Ignite Your Life, you're killing yourself. And I'm not saying that because it's me. Stuff happens at that conference. What other conferences are you going to go to? And as I close, I want you to ask yourself one question. Who are you? I talk about this one question all the time. Who are you? What do you want to be, do, or have in this lifetime? Why do you want to be, do, or have these things? Teacher, you need to come help me with my shoes. Don't they look good? The things I do for you guys. Why do you want to be, do, and have these things? You want to be a platinum. Why do you want to be a platinum? You want to be an SVP. Why do you want to be an SVP? You want to live in a mansion. Why do you want to live in a mansion? You want to travel the world. Why do you want to travel the world? You want to give back to your communities. Why do you want to do it? It's not so much what you do, it's why you're doing it. Why are you in 5 Links? What has to happen for this business to free you the way you think it should? You see, when I came in here 10 years ago, I had no clue that my life would be where it is today. Sonny and I came in from Cameroon in Africa, broke. We came in broke, struggling. And as my plane circled in New York, and I looked at the skyline of New York City, I said a prayer. When everybody was leaving the plane, I sat there because Spirit met me. And I started speaking what I wanted for my life in America. I started telling God about my big dreams. I started telling him about abundance. I started telling him about success. I started telling him about my family, the kinds of friends that I wanted, the kind of cars that I wanted to drive. And as I walked out with him. But you know what happened? Just like many people, you speak and you think God is supposed to bring it tomorrow. When I walked out, it was 6 hard years before 5 Links came my way. When I walked out of that aircraft, I thought I was going to see money lining on the streets like Coming to America with Eddie Murphy. It took me a good 6 months before I saw a penny on the floor. And guess what I did? I saw that as a sign. I picked it up. And then 5 Links came my way. But 5 Links came my way from a terrible place. Sonny and I had Denzel at that point. And guess what? You know you have failed in life when you cannot take care of your child. After a year, we had to send my son to Africa. Africa, where the healthcare system is horrible. Africa, where there's struggle, there's lack, there's poverty. Africa, where my parents are retired from the city to the village. And my son came in as a package of joy with asthma. The nearest airport was 10 hours from where my parents were. But I had to send my son there out of lack and poverty and struggle. And then I started asking God for a breakthrough. Somebody say breakthrough. Somebody say breakthrough. I started saying, God, this is not my portion. This is not what you brought me here for. I could not have left my motherland, the land that I know flows with milk and honey, to come to the land of opportunities. And I'm a beggar. I'm a pauper. Can't even take care of my own child. Something has to change. And then God brought 5 Links my way. And when it came, I embraced it. Sonny and I built that business like there was no tomorrow. I like to say 5 Links was built on our backs because we came in here and slaved like dogs with all those that came in the beginning. We put in 24 hours, not even 8 or 10 or 12. And today we're here. If you want something, I want you to know that God is not going to open up the heavens and drop you $1 million. He's going to give you an idea. He's going to send somebody your way. He's going to send a business your way. And this is that business. If you guys feel like 5 Links is the business, can you jump on your feet and say, this is it?